You're still running. I assume you're both running, so you've got a bit of time and you're getting a bit of distance between you. Okay, and he turns into a moose. So you just hear... and everyone looks at him, they're screaming as well. They're like, what? And the wands drop to the ground, and he's just like... and he's just like trampling around, and people are diving out of the way. You're in. Where are you heading?
I think currently I want to inspect a few of the buildings, see how many of them have like basement areas.
Sure. The buildings, there's a couple of them. Most of them don't. Most of them kind of look like almost like a Wild West frontier town, you know, where it's built out of wood, built up in a hurry, that sort of thing. But there are a few older buildings and a few more like ones that are larger. You can definitely see there's some stone foundations, and there's a couple with like external basement entrances that look like it. But the best bet is probably the tavern.
Okay, so I'm going to ask the Mime. Do we want to do this somewhat stealthily, or do we want to do this violently?
Basically, the Mime's indication that they want to frame the Tabaxi for disrespecting them.
Not sure how we can do. I don't remember. I actually do not remember what wands we have. Like, you had that list.
I know you have one that is essentially an airburst explosive, if that helps.
Yeah, but that one's a bit much.
Without that, you're straight out of luck. You can always try some random ones again.
Then in that case, I'll hand the Mime 4 random magic wands.
Excellent.
The Mime makes the gesture that suggests they think maybe we could start distributing them the wands.
Yeah. No, wait, that could backfire terribly.
The Mime reminds you that we do have a destroy everything option if all else fails.
You do?
Yeah, we do. It's actually why I was looking for various basements, because the one that Nick mentioned earlier, it explodes 50 meters, you said, above?
Yeah, I think so.
So if I could hide in a basement, I could lay siege to a town by being in the middle of a basement.
Yes,
or
although
sewers.
it doesn't really destroy buildings, we discussed in the end.
I mean, yeah, but that's still a lot of damage being distributed to people.
That is true. Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, we could probably start distributing wands.
Okay.
No, we can sell magic wands.
You could do that. You could become the 300 wand seller.
Be the one distributing wizard you want to see in the world.
Yeah, you could totally do that.
Yeah, so I think we're going to have to go find somebody who has a lot of money in this town, and I'm going to haggle some wands. Okay,
I think you can do that. So the best place is probably over by the church that was being built, which is sort of in a central area, because churches like to be in central areas. And there's a bit of a thoroughfare going on around there. You know, there's a small market that's sort of set up. There's people selling sausages and vegetables that they've grown, some of them amusingly shaped, and cheeses and wines and that sort of thing. So that's probably a good place to try and set up a stall.
The Mime sees if they can purchase a phallic-looking pickle.
Yes, you can absolutely purchase a phallic-looking pickle. That's going to be 5 copper pieces. It would normally be about 3 copper pieces for a pickle, but this one's phallic, so it's worth more.
Okay, and I just dropped that in Belladonna's pocket with Bully.
Bully is going to take 5 points of psychic damage. You just.
Is that enough to kill the head?
It is not. And you just hear. from the pocket. Okay, so you're
but,
setting
like-
up a stall. That's going to take a few hours, obviously.
I wasn't thinking like setting up a store. I was more thinking like trying to find somebody who I could deal with like one-on-one, who has a lot of money.
Okay. What sort of person are you looking for?
I mean, obviously someone. I want to go someone who is rich and young. I'm
Rich
going
and
to look
young.
for those.
Okay, the nouveau riche of the area.
Yeah.
So, let me think. Who would fit that bill? Probably the mayor's son. A man named Chully Besterton. No. No, this is the mayor's son is. Let me come up with a name. Donovan Staines. Awful name, really, in hindsight. But there we go. That's that's their name. That's what they've been cursed with. And he does like to go to the market occasionally, pick up an amusingly shaped pickle, take a look at the church that's being built, because he's put a bit of money into that as well. It's sort of a vanity project of his. And to some extent, just sort of walk around and let people see how rich he is. So he's wearing his money quite visibly. He's wearing really nice clothes. He's wearing a golden pocket watch that has been polished so that shines really brightly in the morning sun. And yeah, he's wandering around. He's talking to all the stall owners. And he sort of talks a bit. You can catch occasional whiffs of him talking. He's like, "Oh yes. Oh, that's superb. Oh, wonderful. Oh, have I ever told you how rich I am?"
I spent an hour observing him.
You can totally spend an hour observing it. Yeah, he's prominently on display.
Once the mime is finished observing him, I'm gonna approach with the deal. Excuse me, good sir.
Oh,
You
hello.
You seem like a man of higher stature.
Oh, yes, I'm incredibly rich.
Have you heard of the terrible news of the town a bit over?
You mean
They
Shepton
started
Mallet?
Yeah, they started a communist revolution.
No.
It's terrible. The citizens rose up against the rich.
What a
and they
dreadful
redistributed.
situation.
Which is why I come to you today with the deal. I put the crate out, the small chest I was holding the wands in. Each of these is a magical wand with a different effect. I can't tell you exactly what wands do what effect. What you need is protection for when the rest of them inevitably try to rise up. You
That
need
sounds good,
protection,
yeah.
you men need protection, and these are powerful magic.
Powerful, you say? All right. Demonstrate one.
Perhaps doing it in a pretty crowded area may not be the best idea, but if you have somewhere else,
That powerful,
we-
yeah. Okay, yes. I almost went bully there. Oh, yes. Let's step outside then. And by that, I mean out the walls. We'll take a
Yeah.
look. We'll take a look. Yeah.
yeah, I'll probably start leading us to a different gate than the one we've been entering and exiting out of.
Okay. And
Yes.
the mime, how long were you spending observing? How long was it you have to spend observing?
1 hour, so I've probably disguised my previous disguise already.
But at that point, like, I could assume like the mime could have like dipped out and came back.
Yeah, where? Where would you like to go to re-up your disguise or change your disguise? Because if it happens in the middle of a group of people at the market, people might be a little surprised, is what I mean.
Yeah, that might be a bit of a giveaway. What's the exact plan we're going with here? We're going to kill and replace him, or?
I think right now, I think the plan is going to depend entirely on what wand I draw from this nonsense.
Yay.
In one case, I'm going to say we could probably sell him the wand to get the 5,000 gold.
That might work, yeah.
In
And
that
then-
case, sorry, go.
And then if that doesn't work, we could kill him, replace him, and get the 5,000 gold that way.
Okay, in that case, what I'm going to do is, instead of burning the spell slot, I'm just going to find somewhere, just like a back alley, and just put on a cloak,
Okay, so yeah, you can head down a back alley and put on a cloak. I think you can manage that probably without a stealth check, so I think you're all right. And yeah, so this extremely rich person sort of claps an arm around you, Belladonna, and goes, "Well, no time like the present. I am so dreadfully rich. Let's head on outside and show me how it looks. Show me off this wand."
Like I said, I'll lead us out probably through a different gate than the one we entered from.
Okay, that sounds good. Sort of nods at various people as he's going. "Oh, how are you doing, Jimbo? How are you doing, Bubba? It's great to see you."
And I'll probably take us 100 meters from the city and pull out one of the wands.
Okay.
Now are you ready for this? All of these wands are extremely powerful. There's no telling what effect may come out of it.
He flips a little flap on his glasses, and they become sunglasses. And like, let's go.
Yeah. And I cast one of the wands.
All right, roll me 3 d10s. Or a d1000.
Great. This is 278.
278. Okay. I've just realised I was accidentally on a 10,000 random magic table, which does not help. Okay, let me go over there. Actually, yeah, just roll me 4d10. We'll use the 10,000 one. It'll be even more mad.
Okay. I'll probably just add this one to the end, so that 2,786.
2,786. All right, let me go through it. I have to manually search through this one, apparently. 2,836. 2,800, here we go. And 36.
86.
Oh, okay. 2,886. Okay, that's...
2,786.
I can't remember numbers. 2,786. Here we go. Okay, so you draw the wand and you go woof, and nothing comes out the end. But immediately you feel a chill, like an extreme cold, and you look down and your feet are covered in ice. Like blocks of ice, basically. So I'm going to need a dexterity saving throw, please.
Dex saving throw. That is a 12.
Okay, you don't immediately fall over. But yeah, your movement speed is reduced to 10 feet. While the ice is there, the ice will eventually melt. But yeah, your feet are covered in ice. You're like,
oh, whoopsie me. I seem to have been holding the wand backwards. I apologize. I'm not a wizard. I'm a salesman. Sometimes this happens.
roll me a deception check. Because that's a straight up lie. You are a wizard.
That is an 18.
That's plenty. It's like, oh, well, you got to get people for that, haven't you? Well, do another one then. Do it right this time.
Okay. And I'll grab another one and do it. Am I doing the one?
Oh, yes. Do the 10,000 roll, because I've not found the original 1,000 one ever again.
9,962.
You don't know how scary the 9,000 end is. 9,962. Oh, okay, that's not too bad. All of a sudden, a group of peasants arrive, and they look like they've been walking for possibly even a year. And they approach you and say, "Good evening. Good morning. It's been a long ride. Is this the place of healing? Where you can have all your ails cured?"
And I'm going to lean over to the rich man and go, "Look at that, a wand that summons endless amounts of servants."
I do love servants. I'll give you some money for that one, I say. 50 gold pieces.
I was thinking we can make a deal. A very simple deal. I can sell you 100 of these wands.
All right.
These
I'd rather
powerful
like
wands
that.
These powerful wands that will protect you and will give you resources in prevent the communist revolution from happening.
And we can't have that. Disgusting stuff. Well, yes. Okay. Well, do me a favor then. Just so they're not all duds, I'm going to pick one. And he draws a wand. Now, I want you to cast it. Prove it's all working. But then we have a deal, I say. And I am going to roll the d10s, I think. 1, 2, and 3. I need 4 of them, don't I? Jesus. That's a lot of d10s.
Yeah, Nick.
Okay. 8506. 8506. All right. That is. Huh. Nothing really happens. Nothing really happens at all. Strange. I'm like, oh, did I do it wrong or something?
Oh no, let me check. And I'm going to try to do it again. But I want to switch that for one of the 4 random wands I was originally going to hand the mime.
Okay. Can I just ask, what weapons do you have on in your inventory?
Me?
Yeah.
I have a quarterstaff.
Cool. Thank you. Okay. Yep. So yeah, roll me a D10,000, sorry, and we'll see what that random one is. That's all right.
Wow, the wand caused Iris to fly away.
It's a wand of flight, yeah.
Yeah, so this is a 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh wow. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4.
I would pleasing. I would declare thumb war, but Bully doesn't have any.
I'm sure I'd be happy for you to try and
the crowd that have arrived, they sort of look at you again and go, "Oh my, I'm sorry, I didn't realise that you're the one, aren't you? Who's protected by the mighty dragon?"
I am. I lean over. This one seems to make people think you're a chosen one of some sort.
By the way, where's Nylx at this moment?
Nylx is still on my back.
Okay, cool. That's good. That's good. Actually, yes, you hear in your head a deep voice who says, "You were not." And yeah, so that's cool. Write down on your character sheet, by the way, that you are now rumored worldwide to be protected by a powerful dragon.
Gotcha.
People have heard this rumor, and that rumor is worldwide, that you are protected by a mighty dragon.
This one seems to make people think that you're protected by something. It'll put fear into them.
Well, of course. I mean, we've all heard of the mighty dragon that's protecting you. I mean, that wasn't the one, though, was it? I mean, it's always been that way. Come on.
I look at him with like that. I look at him with a knowing look.
You mean you weren't? And he's like,
so
interesting.
So, what do you say?
Question, does the mime believe this now?
Yes.
So, what do you say? 100 of these wands, 5,000 gold.
You got a deal.
I'm going to hand them 100 wands. I'm going to slip the rumor wand into my cloak.
Okay, sure.
None of the ones I have already used, I'm giving to him.
Okay.
100 wands, 5,000 gold.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll put that down to, it's now 200 wands instead of 300.
So I just rolled what the first one he's going to try is, because he's going to try one right now. Amazingly, there's no effect. Target acts as though he's the only person who really exists. That's pretty much how he felt already.
Is the target the person who casts the wand, or it's being cast at?
Oh, it's who it's being cast at. He's technically just done it in a field, so there's no target. There might be like a rabbit in the field who is now getting very solipsistic, but you're fine otherwise.
It's the wand of YouTuber.
Yes.
I look at him and go, look what you did. You gave that poor rabbit anxiety.
I like that. Yeah, add 5,000 gold pieces to your inventory.
That's nice.
Okay, what's the plan now?
I mean, we have the gold. So I'll ask the mime. Should we call it here or cause some chaos? I'm assuming that's chaos. Okay then. So I suppose I'll make my way back into the city, and I'll ask. So should it be random chaos or absolute destruction chaos?
Which is basically the mime saying, surprise me.
Okay.
Okay, so what I'm going to do you still have any amounts of that gabagool on you? Because I have some, but more would be better. Good. I want to sneak into the church.
Okay. Sure, I mean, it's under construction at the moment. You'd probably be able to get in there. People are busying about it, of course.
Yeah, I'll find a place in the church that has a pretty decent amount of cover.
Sure, I mean, most of them are out near the front door because they're still clearing the debris left by you two yesterday.
The mime can just disguise themselves as a random worker to do this, probably.
Okay, you disguise yourself as a random worker. You are a 7-foot-tall tortoise-shell tabaxi, and you're wearing work overalls. Yeah, sure. Just so you know that, of course, the workers will recognize you, Belladonna, so you will have to be stealthy.
I suppose I'll try to get in from the back if I can.
Sure. Yeah, you can get in around the back, I think. I'll still need a stealth check, but you can definitely try that, yeah. I won't need one from the mime, obviously.
That is a... Where's my stealth? 14.
14. Okay, that's pretty good. Just make a note of that. Okay. So in the church, there's a lot of people working. There's a lot of people clearing things away. There's a bit of an argument going on in the middle about whose job it is exactly to clear up the mess and who should be doing, the rest of the actual construction work. There's an argument about the substandard replacement doors that have been delivered. It's all nonsense, They're not up to code though. What sort of place are you thinking of going to?
Like the big thing is I want a place that has a solid roof over my head.
I get the feeling I know what wand you're about to try and cast. Okay, sure. I think that sort of in the central area is where you'll find the most solid roof because they've gotten proper start on like the bell tower above you. So if you head towards the bell tower, that's probably going to give you the most cover, I think, out of everywhere. Because they're still building the roof in other parts, so there's a few holes and that sort of thing.
So my plan is twofold. Part one is I'm going to set off the wand directly above the church.
Okay. What's part two of the plan before we get started?
Part two is during the panic, I'm going to place the gabagool on the priest altar place and escape.
Okay.
I'm sending a message.
Overhead as the shell from a World War II howitzer is dimensionally teleported to this world. 50 yards above your heads, spreading shrapnel over a 200-yard radius. The two of you, I'm going to say, are safe, but the rest of them around there are going to take a fair chunk of damage. It's 8d6. It's enough to kill pretty much every worker around who is not inside, like, working in, like, the rough area you are. So I'm going to say there's only 2 or 3 people left. You're able to run up and put the gabagool on the altar. Absolutely. Tell you what, roll me... No, we got your stealth check. I think your stealth check's enough.
I will say with the... I actually rolled kind of low. That is a 22 on the damage for that.
22 on the damage is probably enough to kill most of them. Most of them have commoner stat blocks, remember. It's not the Mafia building this. The Mafia are funding it. And that's about it. So, most of them are dead, in fact. So you've cleared the area, and there's a lot of scared-looking people. And you... yeah, you can hear a lot of screaming in the distance. They'd be ringing bells and all that to get the fire service, but you're in the place with the bells. So you run over to the altar and you drop the gabagool. You drop the gabagool down on the altar, and I presume you're about to leg it.
Yeah.
All right.
We should probably hop to it.
Oh, terrible. Okay, so you are, I assume, making a beeline straight out of the town as quickly as you can.
Look, I'm playing as a rabbit. I'm allowed to make rabbit jokes.
You absolutely are.
It's not that big of a leap of logic.
Okay, so as you get out of the church, you can see running towards the church. You can see the man who you just sold a load of wands to, and he goes, "I'll put this out. I've got this." He draws a wand and he casts a spell.
I'm diving.
Yeah,
I'm diving out of the way.
That's fair. Let me get. I found the original list now, so I will use that. Right, so that is 169. Nice. 169. What happens? Okay, he's not going to notice any effects on that one. He's like, weird. It kind of worked. He's now illiterate for 3 days. So he draws another wand and he casts it again. He's like, we'll sort this out.
As you do this, I'm running. I'm running.
You're still running. I assume you're both running, so you've got a bit of time and you're getting a bit of distance between you. Okay, and he turns into a moose. So you just hear... And everyone looks at him, they're screaming as well. They're like, what? And the wands drop to the ground, and he's just like, and he's like trampling around, and people are diving out of the way. One kid sees the wands and tries to cast them to stop him.
Is he breaking any of the wands as
he's stamping on a couple and breaking them, yeah, but they're not casting from that. But a kid has picked one up. I'm gonna re-roll that because that one's weird. Wow, okay. So that is...
I'm going to slip into an alleyway, assume the disguise of the guy who just turned himself into a moose and shout. Then I'm going to... Wait, you can't shout, can I?
No, you can't.
Okay, think. Okay, I'm just going to start casting message all over the place saying... in his voice.
Wideband message.
Given me, I'll rule this town.
I like that. The Tabaxi are looking at you a little odd, and they're reaching for their bows, and they're gonna go and fire at you. Meanwhile, there is an extremely drunk child who is vomiting their guts out because they've become so intoxicated as if they've had 10 mugs of ale, which is what that last one did. That's an 18 for the first arrow coming at you, dealing... that deals 6 points of piercing damage, and I assume you are booking it.
Yep, I'm going to cast Anti-Life Shell.
Jesus.
I can do that.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, tell me what happens when you cast Anti-Life Shell. Firstly, what does it look like when you cast Anti-Life Shell? And also, what mechanically does it do?
Okay, so Anti-Life Shell mechanically, it just generates a barrier, 10 feet radius around me, moves with me, remaining centered on me and hedging out any creatures around me.
Okay.
That happen to be nearby.
Yeah.
It lasts for up to an hour.
Nice.
And basically for the mime, it just looks like a just a series of blank black and white clown faces.
I like that. Yeah.
And basically, it prevents any creature from passing or reaching through. Oh wait, it only stops creatures passing through the barrier.
Yeah. Bows and arrows are not alive, so they will still be coming through. But, you've put that up, so people can't run in and attack you still. So that's already a help. Not everyone's got a bow. Okay, so do we want to do this initiative, or should we just do this fluid? Let's do this fluid. This is a chase. Okay, so you are booking it out of town. Roll me an athletics check, please, both of you. This will determine how fast you're managing to go. You could have advantage, Belladonna, because you have rabbit feet.
That is that's much better. Athletic. 20.
Oh, and a natural 20 as well. So the two of you are beasting it along. So Belladonna, you're hopping as fast as you can, and you're getting a really good speed going on. You almost look a bit like a kangaroo sort of going through. And then you look to your side, and the mime is just...
I should point out that the mime, obviously you don't get natural 20s on...
No, that's true. That is true.
And because I actually have -2, I technically only got an 18.
Okay, so you're still behind. But the villagers probably won't have done anywhere near that well. Let me have a look. Yeah, that's a 5. So they're starting to come out, and the Tabaxi are coming out, and they've got their bows, and they are going to take an attack each at you.
I will say that when I'm running, I do want to cast Chromatic Orb Ice behind us to try to ice the ground.
Okay, that sounds great. By the way, remember, your feet are still encased in ice. Actually, your movement speed is 10 feet. Interesting. I'm going to give you disadvantage on the future checks to run away. Okay, so, but you are icing the ground. That's fine. And then 2 arrows come in, and the first one, that is a 14, and that's aimed at the mime.
Yeah, that's going to hit. Wait.
Okay, that's going to be 5 points of damage.
No, oh. I'm good. My AC is actually 15 with that leather armor.
Okay, you're good. All right, the second one, that is a 16.
Yeah, that hits.
No, that one's at Belladonna. It's 1 each.
I mean, that hit.
Okay, that is going to be 5 points of piercing damage. I'm going to say your chromatic orb goes off now, so if it was concentration, you don't have to do a check. But I will need athletics checks from the both of you, and I will need that one at disadvantage, please. Iris, because, yeah, your feet are encased in ice. And you're just like...
I mean, that's not too bad. That's the 15 total.
15 total is good. Yeah, 15's good.
Yeah, that was a 6.
Okay, 6 isn't great. You're starting to slow down a bit, but they're behind with ice, and let me see how they've done. They got an 11, so they're catching up a little bit. Oh, sorry, that should be a disadvantage. They got a 10, so they're still catching up a little bit on you, but you're reasonably doing okay. Someone has just cast a spell, though, with one of the wands. Hole. The earth beneath your feet opens up and you fall 30 yards down a hole. After 2 minutes, the hole closes, and if you're still there, only the gods can save you. Well, that's another child dead. Okay, onwards. And
I mean, I do have to ask: is that like at the caster or at where the?
That's the caster. The caster's just fallen in the hole straight away. Vroom. So they're gone, and so a couple more Tabaxi up on the walls, watching as you approach. They are going to fire their bows at you. It's going to be 2 at the mime, because the mime has a weird effect going around them. They want to try and stop that, and they've heard of concentration. And 1 at Belladonna. Okay, so the 2 at the mime, that is a 6 and a 13, and the 1 at Belladonna is a 13 as well.
That just barely hit.
Just barely hits you. Oh, 30. We need to up your AC. You need to get some mage armor. Yeah, so I have the two at the mine, like vroom, vroom, straight past you, whistling past you, but straight past you. You're probably able to whistle along. Actually, no, you can't. And yeah, the other one hits you in the arm. It's not great. It deals. It's not too bad actually. It deals 5 points of piercing damage, and you got an arrow protruding from your arm.
As the mime runs past the guards, they send a message to one of them saying, "Fools, you only make them more powerful."
They're a little perturbed. They're a little perturbed, sure. Okay, and now I'm going to need...
I actually want to take this moment to pull the rugs off of my back and start flying off with them.
Okay, so the mime, as you're running up to...
I mean, I'll let the mime get on.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, you just hear her... She flies off. But no, okay, so you're able to hop on. I assume you're being quick about it, but you've got enough time, so you're able to stop. You don't have to do a check to jump on or anything like that. And so under you hear that sort of thud, 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 as the 2 carpets take off, join together, and sort of and fly towards the gate. Okay, you no longer need to make an athletics check. You're going at the speed of 2 hastily stitched together magical items, and you are zooming on. You are going to take one more set of attacks from the bows on the wall. And they're going to all target Belladonna because they have been perturbed by the words in their head. And let's go. Okay, so that's going to be 2 at 21 and 1 at 11.
2 of them rolled a 21?
Yeah.
I'm going to use temporal. I'm going to use my reaction to do chronal shift. I want one of them to reroll.
Okay. That is a 19. They have +5 on their short bows, I'm afraid. But so that's going to be 2 hits.
The mime is about to have to take over the carpet. I'm not sure how the mime is going to land it because it's done by a code word. That's
14 points of piercing damage. One of them probably gets you in the neck, the other one in the chest, and you're straight down on the deck.
Yeah, so I'm downed and you're flying a magic carpet. Good luck with that. Good luck landing that.
The mime take the wheel. You dive forwards and grab it. Okay, give me... I'm trying to work out what a good check for this would be. Give me an Arcana check for you to work out how to work this thing in the heat of the moment.
Can't I just cast Cure Wounds and get Belladonna back up?
You can absolutely do that, but you're going to have like 6 seconds where this thing hasn't got a pilot. You're close enough to the ground that you will just go... Vomph.
Okay, which is my Arcana? Okay, I've got +1 in that. That's not too bad. Oh, that's a natural 1.
Oh, you're going down straight into the whack. You are going to take, I'm going to say, because you're doing it at speed, you're going to take 2 d6 of bludgeoning damage. That's 6 points of bludgeoning damage. As you just go straight into the dirt and roll, tumbling, the two of you. Belladonna, you've just sort of launched into the air. You land down onto the ground and your feet smash. The ice just shatters around us here. Your feet are free from the ice. You're still unconscious, so you're not really feeling too much about this. Take a death saving throw failure, though. And... yeah, you sort of roll together into a pile, and the rug lands on the top of you two. Yeah, okay, what's the plan?
Okay, first things first, I'm going to just sort of make a gesture as if I'm controlling a marionette above Belladonna.
Okay.
And that's just how I'm casting heal.
Okay. How much healing are you doing?
That's just good. I'm out of second level slots, so that's just going to be 1d8 plus my spell casting modifier.
Okay, roll that. Meanwhile, another spell has been cast in the town. And
that's 8 points of healing.
Caster has been turned into a puddle of water. That one does not have... Yeah. Oh. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Unfortunate. They still haven't learned not to cast these spells, apparently. But yeah, you're back up, Iris. Well, Belladonna, you're back up. Iris, you're still alive anyway.
For how much?
Citation needed 8 points.
8 points. And I'm going to say that you are able to get back on the rug and start taking off. You will take 1 attack each from the bows. Now, these are going to be at disadvantage because they're doing long range. So that one is the one against Belladonna, and that is a 2. And that's a natural 20 and a 2, so that is a miss as well. Both of them go wide. You're fine, and you're able to zoom off. Yeah, you're free. You're able to get back to the tower with no problem. And I will tell you, you are probably about to be attacked. So you may want to start thinking about how to deal with that.
On the bright side, I did cause the chaos.
Oh, there was a lot of chaos. I'm really upset I rolled a 6-2-4 on that instead of 6-2-3, which was a technicolor hailstorm, which just sounds a fantastic thing to happen. But yeah, you're definitely going to get attacked now. Right, so I'll leave this up to you. You've gotten back. You're able to rest. You know that you've got a few hours until they attack. What are your plans?
The first plan is, we didn't need a week to get the full 5,000. So theoretically, I should only need to pay the 3,000, correct? Since it's all still the same day.
I think you could try to argue that, yeah. They might see otherwise, but you could try to.
So, in that case, first
They
things
don't need
first.
to know we have 5,000 yet.
Oh no, I think they do, because this is part of my grand plan here. But first things first, I am going to go try to pay off our debt.
But you have 5
Our
grand.
debt.
Okay, are you going to have a rest first?
No, not yet.
Straight away. All right, so you head off. You head straight off to Newton Frobwell. There we go. Stupid name tag. To the Pickle and Post. And, you know, everyone's in there. They're mostly sort of busying themselves around on the various tables, drinking and chatting. There's a couple of deals going on already. Like, this is a place of commerce as well. Bartender says, "Hey, what can I get you for?"
I'm mostly here to pay off some. What do you get by me?
I see a business arrangement. Cinema. I don't handle that. But if you head around the back, Mickey Foraz, he'll take care of you. He's the consigliere.
Yeah. And I'll head off to the back.
Okay, so you open a door and there's 3 dwarves sat around a table and they're sort of having a faintly murmured discussion. You hear the word gunpowder before they stop and look at you and go, "Hey, we didn't think you'd make it. It's wonderful to see someone who was so prompt with their business arrangements. I assume you are here to pay us and not to beg us for more time, because if it is the latter, I am afraid you will not make it out of the building."
I'm not only here. I'm not here to beg for more time. In fact, it seems that we did not need the extra time to begin with.
Go get it. I love it.
Oh no, a previous business arrangement of mine came through and I put down 3,000 gold on the table. The 3,000 gold.
I believe we had an arrangement for 5,000 now. I'm going Tabaxi because I've done so many Tabaxi voices.
Yes, but the extra 2,000 was interest. I don't think we've accumulated any interest, do you not?
You kind of accumulated the moment you asked for an extension.
No, come on, we could be reasonable here. It's the same day, so we should be able to pay off for the original price, should we not?
He sits there and goes, "I'll tell you what, I tell you what. You make a good point. We're open to a deal. You know, we're good businessmen. We're good, you know. Sit down, have some gabagool. And there's a plate of dried meat on the table. And go on, have some.
Yeah, I'll take a seat.
Yeah. Pushes the plate towards you. I insist. Have some gabagool.
Fine, I'll take some.
Mm-hmm. You have
I'll
some
eat some.
gabagool. It's delicious. And like, good. I don't like doing business on an empty stomach. You understand me? And he takes a bit of gabagool as well and eats it. And he goes, "Look, we gotta charge you extra for the extension. You understand that? I mean, it's business. But I'm happy because you are showing initiative and you're paying early. I'm happy to cut you down a bit on that. You know, let's say 3,500. All right?
You know what? I think I'll take that deal. I'll put another 500.
And they both cheer and they raise glasses of wine. This is fantastic. You got some of the drink? Let me get you some of the drink. Hey, Pastuli, over here. Give me some of the good red. We got a good business deal over here. We got to celebrate. Give me some of the red.
I think there is something else, and I'll give you this free of charge that you may want to know. It looks like the people in the village over, the one with all the Tabaxi in it. It looks like they're arming themselves for something, like they're getting ready for some sort of attack. Do you have any idea what this might be about?
That ain't good news. They've been eyeing us up a little bit, you know. But we're pretty safe behind the walls. You know, the walls they're strong. It's hard to get through that, and I don't think we got a problem. But thank you for bringing that to our attention. We will certainly prepare. Make sure, you know, we're all ready should an attack happen.
I do have to bring something up. I just did get done paying my protection money, and our place is not only outside the walls, but in the path between the town.
You think there's a credible threat against you?
I think there may be a credible threat against the town, and we're in the way of that.
Oh, I understand you. So I tell you what we'll do. We'll do the usual thing. We'll go through the normal diplomatic channels. It'll take about a week. We'll send word to them, let them know that you are under our protection. They'll understand that. We have an arrangement of sorts. It's not exactly amicable, but, they'll respect the protection arrangement. Otherwise, we'll start hitting their protected arrangements, if you understand me. But yeah, it'll take about a week, and then we'll let that sorted. Don't worry about it.
Okay. But I do want to bring up that if something happens in that week, you are being held responsible.
And two of them draw crossbows. All right, let's not have wording like that. Now, come on, let's leave the animosity out of this. This is a place of business. It's not a place of fighting. And he gestures to one of them to put the crossbow down. He's like, it's all right. We're friends. It's fine. We'll just have some wire. We'll chat. Of course you are under our protection. Nothing is gonna happen to you. All right. We are the biggest dick mafia in the whole region. No one could touch you, all right? You're fine.
I'm just saying. I'm just bringing it up, and I mean no threatening or violence here. But if something does happen, I do hope you're willing to retaliate.
Of course. Nothing's gonna happen though. Let me say, to the extent that if I lean forwards, I will not fall over. That is how much of a problem this will not be for you, okay? And a bartender comes in and pours you your wine. He goes, drink up, and raises his as well. A toast to a new business arrangement.
A toast.
Ah, beautiful. And drinks it.
And just to apologize for the ruckus we caused a little bit back. It must have been a bit much, so I put another 5,000. So that's 4,000 of the 5,000.
Wow. There's water under the bridge. He does take the money. He's like, you are all right. How'd you get all this money anyway?
Oh, a business arrangement from a previous town we were at. We helped some people out. The adventurer thing. And although they were a bit late on their payments, yeah, we're amicable people.
You're all set up for. You got everything you need. You're gonna be able to make the next month's payment, all right? Yeah.
I should be able to, yeah.
Nice.
What exactly is the next month?
Well, that'd be another 3,000.
Okay. Yeah, we should be fine.
He smiles to the other two in there because it would have been 1,000 because you're 2,000 reparations, and he's just happy you've not noticed. And he thinks he's sort of swindled you a bit there, but so he's like, "Got a load of this one, boys." He's like, "Well, don't let us keep you. We got to get back to a sensitive arrangement. You understand me? But do feel free. Have some more wine. It's on the house. On the house. Enjoy the wine. Enjoy the gabagoo." And we'll see you next month.
Sadly, I must be getting going, and I'll begin walking out. And I want to look around to see if they have a wine or root cellar of some sort. Yeah,
sure. They absolutely do. Yeah. It is the entrance to it is behind the bar. As there's sort of a trapdoor, but you can sort of see it when you're leaning against the bar. Everything froze for a second. I thought I'd crashed, but no, we're good. Yeah, you can see it. You can see it when you're leaning against the bar. There's a cellar going down. There might be one outside as well, because deliveries are usually done outside.
Yeah, so I'll step outside and I'll see if I can see one.
Totally one. Yeah, obvious. It's one of those, double doors that open up. They have a lot of beer in there, obviously, that has to be delivered in these heavy kegs.
Yeah.
And yeah, it is. Doesn't even appear to be locked.
Would it be possible for me to sneak my way in there?
Yeah, roll me stealth.
15?
Excellent. Yep, you're able to sneak in unseen. And we go over to the Mime. The Mime, you've had about an hour to yourself now. You've finished your rest. What are you getting up to?
Okay, so basically, obviously the Mime's an elf, so rather than sleeping, basically I just sort of do the trance thing, which takes half as long as just other races need to sleep for. So I basically just spent an hour getting 2 hours sleep, and what I've been doing is I've just been sort of stood there completely still. I've just been holding Bully Chesterton just a couple of inches away.
He's like, "Ooh." Is he still gagged? I assume he is.
Yeah.
And he's like,
And when I wake up, my hand smells pickle.
his eyes go white, and you're like, and he takes 1 point of psychic damage. He's clearly getting used to it a little bit now.
Please do not kill our head. We need it alive so it doesn't kill us.
Oh, yeah. Does the head heal this psychic damage, or is it accumulating slowly?
Yeah, it's accumulating slowly.
Okay, I better stop doing that.
Bully Chesterton does not rest.
Okay. When I'm done, I sort of take the head out with me to supervise while I guess I just sort of set up a few stakes around the house.
Yeah. Okay, so you start putting large slices of beef just wherever.
Yes, poison. Yes, delicious beef that's been poisoned.
Oh no! The Tabaxi are running in and like eating it. Yeah, so you're able to set up some stakes. Are you doing those inside or outside?
I'm going to say I'll set up what looks like an outdoor barbecue outside, and I'll scatter a few of those around.
Okay. That sounds good. Roll me. Do you have any tool proficiencies that would help you with this?
That's a good question.
If you do, you can roll me with proficiency. Otherwise, I will go for a raw strength check for just how long you're able to do it, basically, without running out of energy. But if you have like Smith's tools proficiency or something like that, you can.
I've got forgery kit proficiency.
No, wrong kind of forge.
Yeah.
Carpenter's tools would work. Smith's tools probably would be fine.
Yeah, just disguise kit and forgery kit, unfortunately.
No, okay. So raw strength check. It's not like exhaustion or anything like that. It's just here's how many you're able to do before you go. Whoo! I need a break.
Okay. That's an 11.
11. Okay, yeah, you're able to set up about 4 of these stake traps, and yeah, those might come in handy for sure. Is there anything else you'd like to do in your break?
Okay. How much longer do I have? 3 hours?
I'm going to say you now have 2 hours because you spent 1 hour doing a short rest and then 1 hour setting up some stake traps.
Okay. I sort of reinforce the windows and door. Well, obviously I've got a load of doors, so I just sort of install heavy doors on every door.
Right,
and every
that's fine.
Stresses on every window.
Okay,
you reinforce the windows with doors.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you've now barricaded all the windows with doors, which is going to look odd and probably insulting to the Tabaxi because it's doors you've stolen from them. One other thing, sorry, Belladonna, I should have mentioned this. A while ago, you noticed your quarterstaff is missing. And yeah, we'll go back to Belladonna.
So immediately, while in the cellar, what do I see?
So it's pretty big. It's pretty spacious in here because they've got to go around with, large crates and large barrels. There are about 20 huge barrels of beer. There's also, over on the far end, away from you, there's a rack of wines. Some of them look quite dusty and old. Possibly they've been laid down a while ago to make them, worth more, essentially, or perhaps they're, special, of significance to the dwarves. And there's a couple of crates, and there's another door on the far end near the wine racks that presumably goes back up to the bar.
Am I able to get myself in a position somewhere in the sewer so I can hear what they were talking about when they mentioned the black powder?
Your best bet is probably getting close to the door, unless you want to alter the ceiling in some way to make a hole through the rock, because the rock's not going to carry much of the...
It's a stone ceiling. I thought it was like a wooden board.
Oh yeah, no, I suppose it would be wooden boards actually. Yeah, no, yeah, you're able to roughly trace your steps over. And it is wooden boards, and they're reasonably thick. So it's kind of muffled, but you definitely can hear conversation going on up there.
Yeah, I'm going to attempt to listen in with my rabbit-like ears.
Okay, roll me a perception check.
Perception, that is on character sheet. 17.
17 is very good. Okay, so you can hear the conversation pretty much in full. And they're like, it's a shame we don't need the gunpowder, but you know, what you do. If they're gonna pay you, you know? I mean, well, I'm sure we'll find a use for it, you know? Maybe we can stick it on the bloody Tabaxi's asshole and blow him all the kingdom come, huh? We have his laugh and they go, very funny, Four Eyes. Love it. And they're like, who you calling Four Eyes? Well, it's your name. It's Mickey Four Eyes. I'm like, oh yeah, but you don't call me Four Eyes. You call me Boss. You understand me? You call me Boss. Well, sorry, Boss. I'm just gassing you have some gabagool. And like, anyway, what we gonna do with this gunpowder? We gotta store it somewhere. Well, what do you reckon, boys? And I'm like, we could put it on the, you know, put it in the cellar, huh? There's plenty of space. Like, what? You want the whole place to go up? Next time someone drops a match or something when they're lighting a candle? You crazy? No, we gotta put it somewhere else. What about in the guard, in the prisons? Maybe put it in the cell there, pay him a bit to keep hold of it, keep it safe for us. I reckon that's probably the best. I mean, it's a good investment. We don't want it just going up. Costs a lot of money to get that much gunpowder, I tell you that. Yeah, we'll try that. Put out a word. We need to talk to the guard. We'll have a sit down. And send word to the Tabaxi as well. We need to let them know bloody tower's under our protection. And everyone's like, boss, wasn't it already under our protection? I'm like, yay, but gotta reinforce it, you know. They might think, under new management, maybe they haven't done a contract or something like that, you know. Jump in there before they try and do anything stupid. Let them know we'll have a sit down 2 weeks from now.
It's a shame I don't know where it is, but I suppose in that case I'll probably start making my way back to the tower.
Okay, I think you're able to slip out without needing an extra check. That's no problem. And you're able to make it back to the tower. I'm going to say when you get back, there's probably about an hour left before the attack.
In that case, I'll probably take my short rest.
Yep, you can take your rest. So meanwhile, the mine, you've got 1 hour left. You're well rested, you've barricaded all the windows, and you've set out some stake traps on the outside.
I do. You know what? I'm just going to go into town, go into the town, and start doing a mime act.
You're going to go into town, I presume not the Tabaxi town, you're going to the Dwarven town, right?
Yeah, that's a joke. I am going to go in, and I'm going to start raising the alarm, saying,
saying what?
Well, not saying, but, you know, I'm just going to sort of do, like, the lassie thing and sort of get the message to them that an attack's underway. Okay,
a dwarf comes over to you and goes, What's the matter? What's the matter, girl? What's wrong? Dad's in trouble.
Mime reminds me it's they, them.
Indeed. What's the matter? What's wrong? Sorry. Has Belly fallen down a well?
And now we're not getting reinforced. They're trying to get Billy out of a well.
Sorry, Belly. I was trying to get Belladonna to fit into Billy. Belly has fallen down a well. I should have gone Bella. That would have fit better. But there we go. Okay, I think they're probably going to chase you. Not like attack chase you, just out of curiosity. You're going to have 2 dwarves with you.
Okay.
Must have gone, get a load of this one. What a crazy occurrence.
Okay, I just sort of take them. How close is the attack? Is the attack force on the way here already, or?
You would have taken 15 minutes to get to the town, probably another 10 minutes to drum up any interest. It's 15 minutes back, so you have 20 minutes. They're going to be close. They may already be building equipment right now.
Okay, so I take them as close as I can to sort of like the enemy lines where it's clear what's going on. Gesture them and gesture.
Okay, their faces go white when they see the amount of force being put up against this one tower, and they're like, we need to go get someone. We'll be right back. They run to the town. I'm gonna roll an athletics check for them to see how. Oh, they don't do well. They are gonna be huffing and puffing when they get there. But they are not gonna be there as quickly as you might have hoped. But they are running to get help, and help will be on its way eventually.
I can see the I can see everything outside, right? Going on outside.
Mostly, they're sort of setting up in the thicket. You know, there's a thicket on the way in. You can see movement in the thicket, and you can definitely see some industrious action going on in there. But mostly they are set up in there, and sort of you can't get a real feel for how many numbers and all that because they keep sort of flitting behind trees and that sort of thing.
Can I use my last use of disguise self to disguise myself as a Tabaxi and try and sabotage whatever they've got going on?
Very nice. Okay, so you walk into the tree line, looking like a Tabaxi, and someone there they're in like a white coat with a load of medals on the front, and they've got a little white tie and a white hat. And say, howdy there. What's going on there? You can call me Colonel Sanders. You don't talk much, do you? You're a strange one. I could take silence. Silence is fine. Where do you work? You an engineer or engineer? All right. Well, we're working on Tony down there. Get on over. Go on then. Get.
Yep, I head on over to whatever Tony is.
Okay, so Tony is a large ballista. And it is about twice the size of a normal ballista. Like, you've seen them on the walls in various towns and all that before. It's about twice the size, and unlike any ballista you've ever seen, which is essentially normally a large crossbow, this has a large belt. And to that, there are about 100 bolts strapped to it, and that belt feeds into the giant crossbow. And there's people sort of walking around, setting up, hammering bits, hammering rivets, setting up essentially all of this supports around it to hold it in place. You're not 100% sure, like, you're not a siege engineer, you're not 100% sure how all this works, but you get the feeling with all that ammo in that belt, maybe they're expecting to fire a lot very quickly at you.
Mime considers that they don't really have many options to get very far away now. Okay, I'm just going to try and blend into the workforce and try and can I do? Obviously I can mimic what everyone else is doing perfectly.
Yep.
So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and do it sort of I'm going to try and leave as many bolts as loose as possible, and I'm also going to try and see if I can get a bit of lamp oil in the ropes and stuff.
Okay, I like that. So you're sort of trying to sneakily douse a few bits with lamp oil. Roll me I'm going to say performance check with advantage.
Yes.
+7 with
advantage. +7 with advantage is likely going to be good.
I don't even need to roll again.
Is that a natural 20 again? Fucking hell, I need to bin that D20. That
27.
It's hacks. Okay, with a 27, no one suspects a thing. Like, you're copying them perfectly, and just occasionally you're almost like palming a little bit of the oil onto it, almost like in a sleeve or something like that. You're like, and they're not seeing anything. They don't suspect a thing. They smell the lamp oil and they're like, oh, that's a bit odd, but yeah, presumably somewhere else, someone's working on something. You know, there's a lot of busyness going on around. You know, that smell could be coming from anywhere. And you're able to loosen a couple of bolts as well. You're not still 100% sure how the machine works, but you're just doing your best to make things different and hoping something changes. And then the Colonel arrives again, Colonel Sanders, and he goes, well, I do believe it is ready. It is time. It is ready, and it is not going to get any better. Ladies and gentlemen, raise hell. And the 5 Tabaxi it takes to operate Tony the Tiger start like chunking bits into place and moving the belt into the right bit. They start aiming it towards the tower. They don't appear to be caring about the trees in between, and they pull a massive lever that lets something go boonk, and there's this kunk 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 boom. Anyway, Iris, you're not Iris, sorry. Iris, you're fine, don't worry. Belladonna, you are woken by a smashing sound as a bolt basically the size of you goes through a window and a door and part of the wall at the back. And there's this loud smash and crumble of rubble and everything like that. And yeah, you're up. You're awake. We're going to roll initiative now. And I'm going to treat the Tabaxi army as one unit. Okay, who got higher than a 20? No one higher than a 20. Okay, all right. 15.
I rolled a 10, so that's a 17.
17. And the Mime? What did you get?
15 exactly.
15 exactly. Okay. The army are going first. Then it is going to be Belladonna. And then it is the Mime. Okay. Armies go. Tony the Tiger. They are going to be firing... Jesus, I don't know, D20s. They're going to be firing... And he goes... Junk, 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 goomph. The belt slots in. Another bolt is ready. The thing is already pulled back. Part of the movement of firing it pulls it back, ready to go next. Again, it's essentially a repeating ballista, and 5 shots arc through the air at the building. The first one is an 8. That's going to miss. I'm going to say it needs to be a 15 or higher to hit the building. And there are 2 hits. Doof, doof, randomly striking the building, smashing parts of the wall. I'm going to keep a HP tracker for the tower itself, which starts at 200 hit points, and it has just taken 30 points of damage. So it has 170 left. Okay. That's the army's go. They're kind of waiting to see what comes out of it before they do anything else. And they're quickly starting to reload and move on. The bits that have oil on, they're getting closer now to the main machine, being fed in. And a loose one might try and fire soon, so that will be interesting. We go now to Bella. Bella, you've just woken up, and holy shit.
There are 3 bolts inside my new house. Hey, what? Belladonna is going to panic, and she's going to pull Nylx off of her back and begin talking into the orb. Now listen here. Everything has gone to shit, and we need Nylx's help right now. Otherwise, I'll die, the Mime will die, and more importantly, Nylx will die, and whatever ridiculous plan you may have with him will immediately go to shit. I know you need Nylx for something. And if you have any sense in there, you will let him help us.
Nylx's eyes open.
Nylx is awake?
The pupils are completely white. And Nylx says in a voice that does not sound like Nylx at all. I have awoken. And I will destroy this entire world. And... you hear a scream outside. The Mime, simultaneously, what you see is the entire world go black as a shape appears over the sun. It is approximately the size of a mountain, and it is the shape of a dragon. The Tabaxi look up and they are shocked, like to the point that they're like, what the hell? They wheel up Tony the Tiger immediately and fire 5 bolts directly at the dragon shape. 2 of them hit straight into it. It lets out a roar, a deafening roar, that shakes the building that you're in, Bella. So you hear it, and the building starts to shake around you. It flaps its wings, and I need to point out it is a mile away, and Tony the Tiger is ruptured by the air pressure that comes off of this thing. This thing is huge. But Nylx is awake of sorts.
I look at this. I look down at this possessed Nylx and go, Jesus, we need the kobold, not this.
It looks at you, and then again, still no blinking or anything like that. Completely blank eyes. It says, Nylx is gone. Only I remain, and I will scour this world.
You seem to have something against this world.
You try being stuck in an orb for 10,000 years. The Mother of Dragons is awake and is about to attack and cleanse and destroy the entire world. We'll get to that next time on the Guild of Icons Evil.